Detox soup. I have one of these electric woks, which I'm going to use to make it in. So it's on, the wok is already on. It's been on for about 4 or 5 minutes. Red peppers, so I'm just going to show you how to cut a red pepper, the most efficient and easiest way going. So get your sharp knife, take the top of the pepper off, take the bottom of the pepper off. Okay, we're going to use the top and the bottom. Just discard the green top of the pepper. With your knife, just run down the side and then roll the pepper like so, like that. And that removes all the seeds and all the pith that you don't need. All then you're going to do is just cut it into pieces, into roughly the same amount of size. The reason why you cut things into the same size is they cook evenly and at the same time. There you go. I already have some done in true proper fashion. We're going to add a little bit of British rapeseed oil. We're going to add the onions to there. And we just want to cook these with no color, what we call sweating. So it starts to break down and soften. Then we're going to add the chopped chili in there. Then the chopped peppers. Again, this is roughly the same size as the onions. So they're all going to cook exactly the same time. We're just going to leave that to cook. So we'll put the lid back on and we'll leave that to cook for about 4 or 5 minutes just to start to break down before we add the liquid and some fresh tomatoes and some tinned tomatoes. Peppers, the onions, chilies, nicely sweated down. So no color on that. And we're going to add now the fresh tomatoes. So this is cherry tomatoes and plum tomatoes, just chopped. Add the fresh tomatoes. And we're going to add a can of peeled plum chopped tomatoes, vegetable stock, or if you wanted to use chicken stock, you could, no problem. And then pop the lid on and let it simmer, probably for around 10 or 15 minutes. The soup's now been cooking for about 10 or 15 minutes. And as you can see, soup nice and soft. All the vegetables are nicely cooked together. Tomatoes have just softened nicely. I'm just gonna double check the seasoning of the soup. So you just taste it, the base soup. So taste, there's no seasoning in there at all. So I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. And this is a little bit of black pepper. And then one last taste, just to make sure that it's seasoned correctly before you serve it. Absolutely spot on. And then I'm just going to add some fresh basil. So, as I said, I only use fresh herbs, try and use fresh herbs because they're much better for you. So all I've done is just roughly chopped it. Also as well, if you had some ready-made in a jar, they get pesto for pasta, you could add a few spoons of that. That will work really, really well. This soup can be chilled, can be frozen down, so you could use it in the future. So no problem, it will store in the fridge for about 3 days. Okay, so you make a big batch and then just divide it into 5, 6 portions. So get your bowl, ladle, the detox soup. So peppers, onions, tomatoes, and a little bit of chili, finished off with fresh basil. It's brilliant soup, absolutely fantastic.